As we go into this year and the following years, there will be much more of a collapsing of time. That third dimensional time structure that says past, present, future. One of the things about it is you think back to summers when you were growing up. Think back to summers 10 years ago. Remember how long they lasted? There was a length to them. In time, in the linear time structure, you could be angry with somebody and you had a buffer. There was a period of time where you could sit and think about it and change your mind and re-look at it, and maybe it was you, maybe it was them, but you had a buffer before things would happen. You would start thinking about something. It took a long time in many cases for that event or creation to come about. Can you recall that? Now, have you noticed that time seems to be going faster and faster? In actuality, it's not going faster. It's collapsing. You simply have less time available to you to accomplish the same amount of things that you wish to do. And so time is collapsing, and consequently, it feels like it's going faster. But one of the significant parts about that is the buffer between what you think and what you create is getting smaller and smaller. And there are a number of aspects of present time, 4 actually. The 4th one is a thing that we will not experience for a little while, but it's where you think, I would like an apple to appear, and you hold out your hand, and there's the apple. Now, I say to people in many of the lectures when I get to that point, how many of you would like that? And almost everybody raises their hand. And I say, well, let me be more specific, and I'll ask you again. What you think is what you will create instantaneously. Now, how many of you want to raise your hand? Because, see, most of us are very sloppy thinkers, and we don't manage our emotions very well, mostly because we've never had to, and mostly because we've been conditioned to think ugly thoughts and noisy thoughts. They had no consequence. But now, if you look around, what you think is beginning to show up a little quicker in your realities. That's really pretty wonderful if you understand that. But if you don't understand that, and you happen to be a person that holds lots of anger and rage and resentment and judgments and bigotry and racisms and sexisms and all of those isms, you're not going to enjoy these next couple of years. You will not enjoy these coming years. There are sets of understandings that can be made available, new concepts, new choices that are available, tools that are available. But in this process, all of the who you are not is now peeling away. And when that's understood, and when you can begin to find your own space, see, everything about you, everything that's in your universe is created by you. Everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, you created it. Now people jump up and go, why would I create this divorce, this disease in my kid, my job being lost, my house being taken away? That's crazy. Why would I do that? Crazy, yes. But in fact, because we are sloppy thinkers, and because we don't manage those thoughts that we've stuffed away, and the resentments that we hold towards those thoughts that we've stuffed away, you know, how many times have you not liked a particular person in your life because they laughed at you or they made you embarrassed? But nobody does anything to you. And when that is begun to be understood, there is a remarkably wonderful set of new understandings that comes with it. You see, most of us live outside of ourselves. We live in the past and in the future. When we get into the present moment and start to live that experience, we depend on the outside world to like us, to validate us, to tell us we're okay. And then we can move forward. But when you start to find this space, you realize that the external world is there for your entertainment and for your utilization, meaning that very positively. As you begin to make some awareness about the ability to be in the center of your head, the ability to draw your energy back into your energy field rather than having everything going out, when you can begin to realize that there is a beauty and a smile within that internal guidance system that we've really stepped away from in order to talk to that external world to tell us we're okay. When you can begin to realign yourself into a place where you can observe and choose and act based on this internal compass, the world becomes the theater for your entertainment. The world becomes a place where you can walk through the themes of the noise without becoming the effect of the noise. You know that adage that says, I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. This is this level of consciousness that everybody in the coming days, years, will begin to step into. In that fifth dimensional world, there's an aspect of you that is already a citizen. And it's a citizen that holds certainty and capable and graciousness. It has a command of your presence. None is better than or worse than. And in that fifth dimensional world, you admire and appreciate everyone around you. Words like safety and trust don't even exist in the fifth dimension because there is nothing unsafe and nothing to distrust. And you begin to co-create and admire as a feeling. You begin to build living words that you simply are. Words like graciousness, kindness, certainty, command of your presence are living words. Freedom and ease and accomplishment become things that you smile and experience. So this fifth dimensional experience, very, very different. And yet you've had intellectual thoughts and sometimes even fleeting moments of beauty and laughter. But in that space, it is a every moment present time existence. That fifth dimensional experience is now very present on this planet. Not well populated as yet, but it's as you begin to move into this fourth dimensional space more every moment. And you begin to recognize that many of these things that you engage in the third dimension are nothing but noise. He said, she said, oh, I'm going to agree with him because I don't like her. Pure noise. It's motion that has no value. As you begin to step into this present time space, you're going to begin to realize how noisy we each are, and very quickly begin to shed that noise. And you're going to find that in the process that who you have been friends with for a great period of time in some cases no longer are even interesting to you. Oh, nice people. But what happens is you were in agreement in the noise. Soon as you start to find this maturity, you begin to take responsibility, better choices. I begin to respond, having the ability to respond, choose, and then act. Everything you know changes. The ease, the ability to start to release much of that energy that has been hidden away, recognizing this has no value to me. Why should I carry embarrassment around and then argue for it or be afraid to let it go? You're going to simply begin to find you can let it go effortlessly. And nobody's going to even notice that you don't hold on to it anymore on one hand, because those that are looking for it, that live in your weaknesses based on your embarrassment, those are no longer in your game plan. They have been stepped away from, not left behind, because they will all wake up also. But many of those that you play in the noise will simply continue to play as you begin to raise your energy up and begin to find more who laugh more often, who smile more often, who enjoy beauty more often. Those are beginning to become more and more common to each one of us. So this shift is a very big deal. It is simply creating a space for more to wake up. And as they wake up, they begin to find some new choices. And it's very simple. However, it may not be easy. And the reason it's not easy is because we argue for those limitations, for those fears that we hang on to. That's all easy. More and more are waking up at very wonderful levels. More and more are beginning to have skills and tools and abilities, not only to grow themselves, but to be very much in service to others. And see, to a great extent, everybody has a purpose. Most don't recognize it in that third dimension. But your purpose is 100% to grow yourself, to evolve yourself, to ascend. Same word, your evolution, your growth, your new awarenesses, your ascension, all the same. 100%, that's your job. 100% to accomplish that. 100%. And simultaneously, you have another aspect of purpose, 100% to be of service to others. Where the really magic and the miracle comes into the mix is when you can be 100% in your own light and radiate it outward so all in the house can see you, see opportunity, see beauty and well-being. It's in the same place where both 100% come together in a magnificent radiance. That's what this shift is all about.